can tell you, for a lot of years, we've been making lots of music on this instrument. And it is a great instrument. But probably for 10 years or so, there's been aspects of it. It's been getting tired. And in the business of playing keyboards and pipe organs, particularly, pipe organs all have, they're like people. They all have a different personality. I've played ones that are huge, and I've played ones that are smaller than this. I've played ones that are like museum quality. I've played some that are really in tough shape. This one is probably in the bottom quarter of that, and I don't mean that to sound bad. It just means that it's tired and it needs some help. And to example, I can show you without getting too involved. We need the blower on for this. Thank you. So every stop you see here, where the string ones are yellow and the reeds and woodwinds are red, flutes are white, and so on. But every set of pipes is called a rank. And every rank has anywhere from 61, some of them have 108 notes. And they sit on chests with basically leather action, primaries, secondaries, the valves that open to let air through the pipe. And what happens over time is, I'll just pick this thing called the post horn. You hear it a lot. It's kind of a loud trumpet, very buzzy trumpet. Well, there's one, first one. It's not there because the action is dead. So if I wanted to use that note, I'll have to put something with it so that you hear a note. So it's a workaround. So to have some music, so it's not just a whole, and that goes, you start at the bottom. That was the first one. There's another one, and so on. There's one, and here's a case where it's regulation, where the pipe itself, the reed is speaking, but it should sound like, and this one's sort of like a kazoo. It's trying really hard. Orchestral oboe. See there's one. It's very slow. The action is, it should be like. There's one that isn't. There's slow. So all these things we work around, and you won't hear it in the music because I'll use a lot of ranks put together, and it makes a musical ensemble. But it is in terms of playing or making music. If I'm sitting in an instrument that doesn't have any problems, there's no thought process of what I'm having to work around. I might, if I've got too many dead notes that are in the key of E flat, I might have to move it to E major, on the fly. So that's happening there. And maybe I'm not real comfortable in E major, so it messes with the flow of the music, if you will. At any rate, John had mentioned numbers, and I got to thinking, the first number is like, 76. Well, it turns out, you kind of think of it in terms of inflation. Yeah, a mid-range car these days, it's 40 to 60 to 70. I mean, a pickup truck, oh my gosh. In the day when this was built, back in 28, the theater paid $48,000, almost $50,000 in 28. Just to give you an idea, in 1928, the average house was $900 to $1,100 with a lot and a house. This is like 50 houses back then. So if you look at inflation, 50 houses now, well, 76,000 probably be one. If you're, depends. Most places not. So it's an interesting thing in comparison. And so I am excited because there's potential here. We've felt it. When Paul put it in, this is like the expression. It's like 10 pounds of potatoes in a 5-pound bag. It's like trying to figure out. And I think in the time frame that he did a wonderful job kind of squeezing it in. I think there's better layouts because a lot of things you can't. Jason will go into. You can't actually get to it. I mean, you need to fix something. It's impossible to access for serviceability. And so that's exciting that those things can be taken. And some of the voicing issues, the dead notes, it's just tired. It needs help.